I've been wanting to react to this for a while now because when I first saw this clip, the timing was impeccable. I just ran into a bunch of witches and warlocks. I would have expected that from like people that were in high school or middle school, but like these were like full blown adults. The best comedy has a little bit of truth to it. And he talks about his experiences, so yeah. All right, so let's get into it.
In LA, it's so trash now. It's so fucking trash out here. Every girl's a fucking witch. What the fuck happened? You know what I'm talking about. Y'all into those moon circles and crystals and shit. What the fuck happened after the pandemic? Y'all got together and binge watched Charmed. What the fuck? Y'all on your Matilda now for some reason. I've been on dates with actual witches, yeah. I was on a date with this girl. She casually dropped she was a witch. She was like, I'm a vegan witch.
I've seen that happen, but with men. And like literally it took a minute. I'm like, what? Like I thought it was a joke. I thought they, man, that's some weird stuff. Here we go.
I hope that's not a deal breaker. I was like, it is. I'm not dating no fucking witch. Dog, I just started dating white girls. You want me to date a witch? How am I gonna explain this to my like, hey y'all, this is Tituba. She is Sorcerer Supreme, I don't know. It's so fucking awkward, yo. Fucking witch, what? And it's even more awkward for me too, because I'm from Africa, I'm from Nigeria. I know real witches, yeah. I ain't gonna hold you. I got aunties who practice juju. I got uncles.
Funny how quiet the audience got there. What was that? Was that edit? Like, what happened? That was so bizarre.
Who are babalawis. When I heard girls talk that witch shit, I'm like, you ain't no fucking witch. You don't do what we do. You're not gang.
Yeah, I mean, that was cool that he like took something that is actually going on because the amount of witchcraft has increased dramatically over the past few years, which is really strange. But it's cool that he brought awareness to it, I guess. But yeah, it's not just women, it's men as well. I find it interesting that narcissistic personality disorder has increased quite a bit, and so has that stuff as well. I'm not saying that everybody who practices that stuff is bad, but my personal thought process is if you meet someone who practices within that stuff, that you should probably not, get in a relationship or a friendship with that person, because I have seen them do weird stuff. It opens you up to demonic influence. So if you're around people who are doing stuff like that, you can kind of get caught up in some nonsense. So I would say if you meet people who you know are practicing that stuff, to kind of like, because people don't often state their true intentions, right? So they might practice that stuff and you might think it's light, okay? You might think that they're practicing what's called white magic and that it's innocent and that it's like, I know a lot of Wiccans say that it is. But you might think that they're practicing something that's light and that's kind of, more ceremonial or more for healings or for peace or tranquility. But then if you find out more that it's actually a lot darker than that. You might be meeting someone who doesn't just practice that, who's into some darker stuff. So it's kind of like obvious stuff. But yeah, I feel like we're finally back in a day and age where it's probably a good time to ask what people's religion are. Anyways, there's a lot of truth in his joke. I have seen it for myself. It's not just women, it's men and women. And it's kind of odd. When I heard people that said they were into that stuff, I literally thought it was a joke. And then I found out they were serious, and I'm like, what? Like, you're playing Harry Potter. What are you talking about? Like, I thought it was really strange, but yeah, I mean, there are people that have been doing this for a long time. It's just more commonplace now, I guess. It's almost becoming mainstream. But this isn't the first time this has happened. This happened back in the biblical days as well. So, yeah, know what you serve, like, know what you want to be a part of. Don't get caught up into stuff that if something doesn't feel right, if something feels like, no, like something's off, like if something doesn't feel right, you know, maybe stay away from it. You know, if something feels kind of dark about it, it's because it probably is, you know. But anyways, thanks you guys for hanging out. I had so much fun for you guys, and like and subscribe, and I'll talk to you guys later.